Hey, happy Thursday. The question for today is, do I love myself? I'll be right back. Okay, so the question is, do I love myself? And a lot of us, we feel like we do, but it's really something to examine, because the measure of love for ourselves is going to determine the measure of love that we have for others. And sometimes, if we feel like we're not worthy of something and that we don't deserve it because of something we did, then we're going to feel that same way about other people and what they deserve. And so we have to love ourselves, because if we don't love ourselves properly, then we are going to display that same lack of love or warped love to other people. And so what does it mean to love ourselves? Let's look at Matthew chapter 22, and we're going to start at verse 34. And this is the New International Version that I'm reading. It says, hearing that Jesus had silenced the Sadducees, the Pharisees got together. One of them, an expert in the law, tested him with this question: Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. The second is like it. Love your neighbors as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. And so, first we have to love the Lord our God with our whole heart, soul, and mind. So that's all of our emotions, our whole will, our whole heart, our soul, our mind, which includes our will and our emotions. We have to love God with the whole of that. I mean, everything we do and think about should have Him included. When we get money, and we're ready to spend money, God should be included. I mean, we should have Him included in everything. When you love someone, your desire is for them to be included in your decisions. Like if you're married, or if you have a significant other that you really love and you value their opinion, and so you let them know what you're doing, and you include them. So when you love the Lord your God with your whole heart, soul, mind, and strength, I mean, you acknowledge Him. And you say, Lord, what should I do in this situation? How much money should I give? Who should I marry? What should I eat? How do I keep my body healthy? God cares about all of those things. He cares about all the things that we care about. And so to love Him with our whole heart, soul, and mind, and strength, it is to put Him first. It is to talk to Him. Not only talk to Him, but listen to what He has to say, and then obey what He gives us, the instructions that He gives us. And so next of all, then we have to love our neighbors. But we can't love our neighbors if we don't love ourselves. The level of love that we have for ourselves will be the same level of love that we give to other people. And so if our self-love is non-existent, we can try to be in a relationship and try to love other people properly, but we won't be able to, because we haven't learned to love ourselves yet. And so I ask myself a lot, do I even love myself? I mean, do I properly love myself? Because when you start loving yourself, although people may do things to hurt you and people may disappoint you, you will still be able to say, hey, I'm better than this, and I know that God has more for me. And so a lot of times we don't love ourselves and we feel worthless Some people, if they go through a crisis, they try to handle it in a way that is not good. Like some people, if they break up with their significant other or boyfriend or girlfriend, and then they find out that person is with somebody else, they'll go get a gun and try to shoot both of them. You know, that's that's unhealthy, you know, because if you love yourself, you're thinking about the consequences that could happen. You're thinking about the other people because you're going to love them as well. And then, so you're not going to be trying to make all kinds of rash decisions that's going to put you in jeopardy and the other people in jeopardy. And some people try to commit suicide. You know, if you love yourself, and then you say, I'm not about to hurt myself. I love me, you know, okay. I may be hurting for a little bit, but I'm moving on. You know, I'm gonna bounce back from this. And, you know, and I believe that God has something in store for me. And so in order for you to be able to have that type of thinking, though, you first got to have a relationship with the Lord. And you need to, your value is based on the value that He has placed on you. And so it's not based on, you know, what others say and what others think. You know, a lot of times we are really persuaded, you know, by what other people feel and think about us. And a lot of times it determines our decisions that we make. And so we have to be careful or mindful about, you know, trying to listen to everybody, because some people, no matter what you do and what you accomplish, will never acknowledge you in a good way. And it could be due to jealousy or whatever. And so don't put all of your don't make all your decisions based on what somebody else thinks and says about you. And don't be a people pleaser to the point where you don't have any peace. Learn to love yourself and learn to say, okay, yeah, whatever. You know, all things work together for the good for those who love God and who are called according to His purpose. You know, I used to have a really, really, really low self-esteem, and our self-esteem, when we have a low self-esteem, we're gonna attract people, a different type of people, different type of person in our lives. Like, if you have a low self-esteem, you accept anything because you feel like you want to be accepted. But when you know who you are and you value who you are, and then a lot of your decisions change, and they change to be better. Because you start communicating with people on a different level than what you used to communicate with. And so let's examine whether we love ourselves or not. I mean, self-love is really important. We got to be able to love ourselves regardless of what's happening. We have to love ourselves enough to be ready to go on and know that God loves us, and that same love that He loves us with is inside of us if we have Him. And so we just have to learn how to love ourselves so that we can love others. And it's not easy all the time, but it's possible. All right. Y'all have a good weekend. God bless you. I love you. Bye.